Okay, there's a lot going on tonight, having to do with a Senate bill in Texas that would severely restrict Texas women's access to the abortion and other resources that they would get out of Planned Parenthood. So, and there was a woman that is bravely trying to filibuster it. But anyways, what I want to bring up is like something, I don't know if I've brought it up, but and I'm not the only one who is uncomfortable with it, is there's this thing that people bandy around, they call it rape culture. And I understand the significance of what they mean about rape culture, but I feel like they are minimizing or I'm trying to think of the right word, but I'm sure if you watch it you understand exactly what I'm saying. But I think they take away from what rape is. They box it in and make it into something different, because I looked up the word culture, and the way we use culture is relatively new. It's only the reference, the source of reference, or the way we consider culture is only 300 years old. But rape has been going on since the time we start, man, before man was man. It's been part of, sadly, it is an evolutionary component. And I think it's hard to explain. I could explain it so easily when I'm not trying to record it. But rape has always been a tool of war and trying to conquer other groups. And I mean, you look at the history of Britain. It's a great, what the Vikings did, and Europe, just the whole history. If you look at how we have conquered each other, and one of the tools that has always been used has been to kill the men and rape the women, because then you are able to assimilate, and your progeny, whatever, you're able to mix your DNA and spread. And I mean, it's how there's blondes, as there's any. I keep messing this up, but anyways, so I do have issue with how rape culture is so bandied around the way it does, and who uses it, and as someone who was bullied and has gone to therapy for so many years, I don't like people saying, "Why are you victim blaming? Why are you victim blaming?" Have you ever taken psychology? I mean, I've taken Psych 101, and I've also been diagnosed with major depression, I have anxiety. I've had to learn about different types of mental illnesses. I've seen it in other people. As someone who was sexually abused, mentally abused, physically abused, and then bullied in schools, I've seen everything. And the fact is that when you've been a victim of these kinds of things, you actually do wave a flag without knowing it, without really, you're not doing it on purpose, but you're actually putting out a signal that you could be bullied, you could be raped, you could be molested, you could, so many things. And there's people in your life who actually give permission to do those kinds of things. My brother used to beat me up all the time, and his friends would pick on me because they got permission from him. So what I'm saying is that as a woman, I get really irritated when I see these other ladies that are 5 to 10 years younger than me wanting to be victims all the time, saying men do this, men do that. What, and women don't do anything to other men? Women are just as capable of doing horrific things as men are. And women are manipulative as well. And the other problem is that straight women and lesbian women and queer gendered women and transgendered women have a really hard time connecting with one another because everyone has their own experiences in life and has their defenses up. So when I see a lot of these women that are crying harassment, crying this, crying that, and then they turn out to be a lesbian or genderqueer, or, I think a lot of the trans women know how to take care of themselves better than women who are naturally born women. But I just feel it irritates me because I think that you're grouping together men as all evil. I used to do that because the people I trusted most in my life that hurt me so much were men that I should have been able to trust. And I used to be pretty hateful. Like, I had this t-shirt that I got at this shop up in North Conway, Headlines Boutique. It depicted a woman with a man on his hands and knees with a dog collar and leash, and said, men, dumb but trainable. And one of the girls, named Nista, that I went to high school with, was really offended by it. And she really made me look at myself on how I was viewing men. Because, I do see men as just as equally as vulnerable as women to control. I think in so many ways that men are easier to control and manipulate than women. So I went through a couple of different things in my life between that time and by the time I turned 21, when my neighbor tried to rape me. And a lot of it changed who I was and kept me sane. And if I hadn't gone through those experiences, I really would have been very hateful towards men. I probably would have been more experimentally sexually, or either been asexual or just totally non-sexual. I don't know if I would ever explore sex with women. I like men. The way they look. I've always loved the way men look. And women are beautiful too. I just don't, I don't know. But that's beside the point. What I'm saying is that so many times, wish I was good at editing this, is that I feel like some of those women that I have met that are feminists still need to grow up and experience life and stop playing a victim and wanting sympathy when they won't even work with men. And they want quick change. The things they want to change have evolved over millions of years. And there are certain things that can be changed. And it may take a generation or two to change them. But you have to work with men, and you can't keep using rape culture and attacking men so you don't have to work together. I mean, you just have to, when you are around men that don't want to change, you dismiss them from your life. You just dismiss them. And I know that street harassment, I know all these things happen. You know what? I spend a lot of my time with my headphones on. I ignore. I probably don't. I mean, there's so many different things, reasons why I might not be getting harassed in the same way that other women have experienced it. And some of it is projective. You know, you're projecting certain things out. And the sad fact is that, yes, it's the way you dress. Yes, it's the way you look. Yes, it's how you project. That's reality. That's how it works. It's not blaming. It's just real. I really think that we have to stop using rape culture to explain rape. Rape culture needs to have its own context when used. You know, like how rape is used in entertainment. Modern entertainment that is within the last century, I think, is more applicable than how it's used in mythology and fables, because it's totally different. Totally different. So, anyways.